13 on Your Sidelines, sponsored by Davenport University. Get where the world is going.
Yeah, that side louder. That side. Yeah, there we go. All right, let's do this thing. Week 8, lucky number 8, or would spooky season start early here for some of your teams? Welcome into 13 on Your Sidelines. I'm Jacob Seuss. The final stretch of the season is all about securing playoff spots and conference titles, and we'll have plenty of both this evening. But first, we want to introduce you to our esteemed guests. Please welcome the cheerleaders from Northview High School. Let's hear it again, ladies. All right, now to the action. Godwin Heights versus Kellogg'sville. It's a game that's always a meaningful matchup, but the neighborhood rivalry is even more meaningful this season. Take a look here at the OK Silver standings, and you're going to see why. Godwin is tied for first with Belding. The Wolverines will take on the Black Knights in next week's regular season finale. But first, Kellogg'sville would love to be a setback in Godwin's conference title pursuit. The stakes were high, and that's why this one an easy choice for our 13 on Your Sidelines game of the week. The Rockets fire the first shot in this one. Cameron Dunbar keeps it around the left end, breaking a tackle before soaring into the end zone for an 8-0 Kellogg'sville lead. The Wolverines would bite back. Julius Hoskins weaves his way through the Rocket D. That's a 15-yard score. After the PAT, it was 8-7. Next Rocket drive, 4th and long. Dunbar goes up top and finds Isaac Cole down the middle to the 1. Dunbar would take it in on the next play, 16-7. But Godwin Heights, they have Hoskins, and man, he was special tonight. This 15-yard touchdown, his second of the evening, 16-13 at the break. The Wolverines would take the lead on this perfect pass from Martellus Forrest to Isaiah Walker, keeps a foot in, 20-13. Early in the third, Godwin would extend the lead on Hoskins' third score, this time from 2 yards out. Hoskins' fourth touchdown would make it 34-16. Special night. The Wolverines would wrap it up as Forrest decides to keep it scrambling, goes to his left before sneaking into the end zone, directing traffic. Godwin Heights stays perfect in conference play, taking down Kellogg'sville 41-22.
Their support allows us to get to this position, and that's what it means for our community. We want to do things that have never been done here. I love my senior class, and I love my team. I had to give that message because that's how much this means to us. This is a program-changing win, not against who we are, but being 7-1 with opportunity to fight for the conference championship and hopefully have an opportunity to host a playoff game. We want to do things we haven't seen since 1989, and that's what we're here for.
Coach is fired up. How could you not be fired up for the Wolverines? Now we're going to talk about Northview, our friends in the house. The Wildcats came into tonight likely needing to win one of their last 2 games to guarantee a spot in the playoffs. The Wildcats took on a Grand Rapids Catholic Central team looking to stay undefeated and win the OK Black Conference title outright. Tonight was just the 5th overall meeting between the Cougars and the Cats. We take you to the second half. Catholic Central on top 21-7. A chance to grow the lead. Odin Spencer with the tush push, but the Wildcats defense comes up with the stop to keep it a 14-point game. Northview, though, would fail to capitalize, so we're going to jump to the start of the fourth quarter. Cougars driving when Kamal Hillard takes the handoff, can't find anything, cuts back left, breaks a few tackles. He's off to the races. Hillard in for the score, make it 28-7 Cougars. The Wildcats trying to get anything going here. Next possession for Northview. They're going to dial up the flea flicker, and it's Braylon Jefferson looking deep to his right. The pass, though, going to be undercut by former 13 on Your Sidelines MVP of the week, Keith Jander Noah, brings the INT back for a nice return for the Cougars. GRCC with the ball again late in this game. Cougars going to hand it off to Moses Brown, who meets a crowd but gets dragged into the end zone. That works. Make it 35-7. Catholic Central remains undefeated on the season after a dominant win on the road. Tri-County and Kent City both came into tonight locked into the playoffs. 13 on your sides. Peter Elliott coming out of the bullpen from news to sports. Peter, we're so happy to have you on the good side of things as the Vikings and Eagles squared off in a CSAA crossover game.
there for the Eagles there. And then the next drive there, a touchdown there for Kent City there, a score to make it 18-6. Start of the fourth quarter there. This one, you think it's over. Tri-County's turn. Cade Hallman powers it in from the one, a score there, and Command Z, Command V there, a score there to make it 24-10. The Kent City lead down now to 21-10. And the Eagles have to punt here on 4th and 9. Oh no, it goes awry there. Kent City recovers miraculously, and that is all they needed there to win this rivalry game. 24-21, the Streamers are in the air, and the Eagles are flying. They improve to 8-0 on the season. Jacob.
All right, Peter, and here is a little treat for you. We're not done with Kent City quite yet. Coopersville, though, is an uphill battle to get to the playoffs. Coming into tonight, the Broncos were below the cut line. They would need at least one more win to get into this thing. But with Big Rapids and Cedar Springs left on the schedule, that's certainly going to be a big task. The Broncos hosted the undefeated Cardinals tonight out at Merriman Stadium. Halfway through the first quarter, the freshman Champ Kelly goes up to Brooks Hayden. That's 6 and an early Broncos lead. Now, folks at home, we all know about peanut butter and jelly, thunder and lightning, salt and pepper, classic duels. Well, Champ Kelly and Brooks Hayden, they're making their case to be up there with the best of them. Touchdown number 2 makes it 14-zip for the Broncos. Big Rapids down 2 scores. They would need a response, and they get that. 10-yard rushing touchdown paired with a primal scream from Jack Bowman. That would make this a 1-score game. Cardinals now looking to tie it on 4th down on the 5, but they get stuffed. Coopersville takes over on the turnover on downs, and my goodness, if you didn't believe us after the second touchdown, we'll get a load of this. It's the combination of Kelly to Hayden, 97 yards. Coopersville goes back up 2 scores, and we're going to go on to give Big Rapids their first loss of the season, 38-28. What a win there for the Broncos. Now we're going to take you to the OK Red, but you're going to have to wait after the break to do so. Rockford and Caledonia each had one of their preseason goals on the line tonight. The Rams and Scots faced off, plus Jenison and West Ottawa. This was a crazy one. They squared off in a cross-county matchup, each hoping to keep their playoff hopes alive. As we head to break, we'd like to thank our food sponsor, Robinson Dental, for buying pizza for all of our in-studio guests. The cheer team from Northview still rocking with us here on 13 On Your Sidelines. With only 2 games left in the regular season, everyone in the OK Red chasing the league-leading Hudsonville Eagles. Rockford, though, has the best chance to catch them, and tonight the Rams hosted a Caledonia team that needs a win, or maybe 2, to get into the playoffs. We take you out to Carlson Munger Stadium for this showdown. The Rams, they would get things going early. Quarterback Braden Daniels takes the direct snap, has a hole to his left, makes a man fall to the turf, reaches across the goal line. 25-yard score, Rockford on top. The Rams got a stop, and then on the next possession, Luke Ahern gets the snap, uses the horns on his helmet to ram his way through the defense. 14-0 for the home team. The Scots backed up on the next drive, needing to get something going. Andrew Hanna drops back to pass, lets it rip, but overthrows his man. Caledonia forced to punt again. Rockford would capitalize on this stop, driving to set up a 32-yard field goal. That's Dawson Hokert who drives it through. Rams up by 17. Caledonia again looking for something positive. 4th down, Hanna overthrows his receiver. Scots turn it over on down. The Rams defense, a theme in the first half, and another 3rd down stop on a sweep to Aaron Collins. Takes the ball, goes nowhere. The Rams, the Fighting Nick Martins, take this one 34-14 to move to 6-2 on the season. Also in the OK Red tonight, East Kentwood traveling to Granville to take on a Bulldogs team that's dropped 2 of its last 3 games. The Falcons were looking for their first win over the Dogs since 2018. Got our chicken bakes and double chunk chocolate cookies and a football game. What more could you want? First drive, Cade Kaufman. That's a dime to Owen Vanderveen. That's why he's headed to East Lansing, 7-0. Next drive, EK knocking on the door again First and goal, Amon Edmonds trots on in. 4-yard score. Visitors quickly up 14-zip. But Granville not going to go down without a fight. The Bulldogs run their way into the end zone, and this is Jace Hopewell punches it in from 3 yards out, 14-6. But this Falcons offense, too much. First and 18. Kaufman delivers a bomb. Cedar Jones there in stride. He's gone. 59-yard strike to once again make this a 2-possession game. East Kentwood took control and gets the road win over Granville. Jenison, West Ottawa, both still in contention for a playoff spot. The Wildcats figure to need one win to lock up a spot, but the Panthers, they're going to need to win out. The two teams just happen to square off tonight at David McKenzie Stadium. Pitchers duel. Jenison up 3-0 at the half. In the third, faced with a 3rd and long, and defense, Quentin Edwards comes away with West Ottawa's second straight turnover in the quarter. I'm looking for some offense. Brody Scheidemann answers the call. A grown man's run will not go down until Jenison is in the red zone, and Cohen Chatfield knocks down the field goal 6-0. 2 minutes left in the game. Same score. First and goal for Jenison. A chance to end it. A fumble recovered by the Panthers. New life. Under a minute to play. One last chance for West Ottawa. First and goal on the 6. It's Abel Anaya takes it in for the score. The first touchdown of the game puts the Panthers up 7-6. But Jenison in plus territory. A 48-yard walk-off field goal from Chatfield. Nails it with ease. Are you kidding me? He had all 9 points tonight. Jenison wins it 9-7. You just cannot make it up.
The 13 On Your Sidelines MVP of the Week is sponsored by Mario Flores, Van Dyke Mortgage of West Michigan.
Just want to spoil something for you guys. Jenison kicker Cohen Chatfield probably going to be an MVP of the Week nominee next week when we announce those on Monday. But first things first, let's meet this week's nominees. Cooper Stinson scored touchdowns on both sides of the ball last week as Kent City defeated Central Montcalm in the 13 On Your Sidelines Game of the Week 46-14. Brody Schiltz had 4 touchdowns and 300 yards of total offense as South Christian scored a decisive road dub over Zeeland East. London Hampton ran for 2 touchdowns and threw for another as Kennewa Hills picked up a thrilling victory against Coopersville. And Ethan King racked up 116 yards and 2 touchdowns for Belding as the Black Knights beat Oak Ridge last week to improve to 6-1. West Michigan, we received 3,400 of your fine votes, and this week's 13 On Your Sidelines MVP of the Week is Cooper Stinson from Kent City. He joins us live in the studio with Jacob.
Matt, you already saw it. Big win tonight for Kent City. Cooper Stinson in the house. Undefeated Kent City. Cooper, who'd you bring with us this evening?
So first of all, I got my center right here. Then I got my pulling guard. Got my quarterback, GV commit. And I got my 4-back, Sam Anderson. And then I got my 3-back, Logan Thompson.
All right, conference champions right here. That's what your performance did. That's what all of your performance did. Last year, you guys were in the same spot. You fell short. To go back against that same Central Montcalm team and come away with a win and a title, does it get any better than that?
No, honestly, it doesn't. Feeling that revenge game kind of really helped us get that victory. Really
I mean, Cooper, you had a touchdown on both sides of the ball in this one.
Yeah.
What do you like more? Is it more fun to score an offensive touchdown, or when you pick up that ball and you're flying down the sidelines there?
Scoop score was pretty fun. Seeing my teammates running after me in the end zone and realizing what just happened was just an exciting moment, and I think it really boosted our team, and yeah.
So you guys undefeated on the season, one more game to go to finish off the perfect regular season. What's been the key? What has made you guys so successful this year?
I think that just our team chemistry is just amazing, that we have such a good bond as a team, and that we play as a team, and I think that really helps us.
So already a conference championship, already an 8-0 season, a great season for all of you guys. What's the limit for you guys? What is the ceiling for this team?
I mean, obviously, want to go to Ford Field and make that state run. And we're looking for a district championship. Haven't done that at Kent City yet, so really trying to get that.
And you got 3,500 votes, and you got 35% of them. What does that say about Kent City and the support you guys get each and every week?
I mean, the community's just been great. really showing out at home games and showing out at away games too has just been awesome.
Cooper Stinson, your 13 on your sidelines, Week 8 MVP of the week. But we're not done yet. Still to come, Forest Hills Northern in a must-win situation, traveling to Byron Center. Plus, Unity Christian squares off against South Christian. That's a game with major OK Gold championship implications. And if you missed any of the action tonight, you can always find 13 on your sidelines on the 13 Plus app, along with an explainer on how the MHS AA playoff selection works and which teams are on the bubble headed into the
The 13 on your sidelines Protector of the Week is sponsored by Lasco Services.
Northview Cheer, still killing it. They're one of the most feared teams in all of 8-man football. Not Northview. They couldn't be as dominant as they are without the offensive line. We're talking about Martin. Tonight, the big guys for Martin are our 13 on your sidelines Protector of the Week. The undefeated Clippers ran the ball 51 times. 51. 437 yards. 7 touchdowns last week, handing Grand Rapids Sacred Heart its first loss of the season. The starters on that offensive line, Ben Romero, James Grubber, Peyton Schring, Harris, and Anderson Keeler. Tonight, the Clippers back in action against Lawrence. They win this one big, 58-0. Martin remains undefeated on the season. So let's keep this thing going. Forest Hills Northern still has an outside shot to make the playoffs, but they're going to have to win both of their last 2 games to keep those hopes alive. Tonight would be a dogfight between the Huskies and the Byron Center Bulldogs, who have already punched their ticket to the postseason. Let's pick up the action in the second half. BC up 20-zip. Check out this pitch and catch. Marcellus Vance to Chase Swartz. Diving catch. Bulldogs rolling in this one. Same drive campaign. Another former MVP goes 9 yards, dragging a defender into the end zone, 27-0 Byron Center. And the Bulldog D just as good. Opposite quarterback Owen Ostapo with the keeper. He's met by a group of hungry Bulldogs. That would be no gain. But the Huskies would get on the board later in the quarter. Ostapo fakes the handoff, opens up the middle of the field. He's going to find Cam Week for the touchdown, 27-7 BC. But shortly after that, Payne strikes again. This time he's going to take the direct snap, head up the middle for the touchdown. That put BC up 34-7. The Bulldogs roll in this one, 41-13. Unity Christian came into tonight hoping to win the OK Gold title outright. The only thing standing in their way, though, a South Christian team that still had a shot to create a 3-way tie with Unity and Zeeland West. Unity also looking for revenge after South knocked them out of the playoffs last year. Beautiful night for a ball game. Was that way all across the board. The defenses dominated the beginning. Brody Schiltz swings a pass to Dax Blackport, and out of nowhere, Levi Bowler. Perfect tackle. That was on 4th down. Unity Christian with the ball. Just a few plays later, it's Bowler with the ball, and he is going to be stuffed as well. Like I said, defense all over the place. But Unity Christian put a nice drive together. Justin Phoebus keeps it, rolls right. Nice gain, breaking some tackles. He ends up at the 1. Next play, the QB sneak, a classic. Look at the pylon move back and forth. A touchdown called. Unity Christian gets the 2-point conversion to go up 8-0. Next drive, they would add on some more. Easton Rack, he's going to get the end around, weaves his way around the defenders, throws up the stiff arm, heads down the sideline. Good recipe for success. 55-yard touchdown run. That would get South Christian on the board, but Unity would take over from there. They stay undefeated. Unity Christian 42, South Christian 14. Staying in the OK Gold now, where Forest Hill Central took on Zeeland East tonight. Our producer, Matt Gard, he's going to join us in the newsroom with those highlights. Matt, what do you got for us?
Jacob, the Rangers needed to win both of their final 2 games just for a chance to make the postseason. Zeeland East could help their odds to host a playoff game with a win tonight. We were tied at 7 in the 3rd. Nick Williams takes the quarterback keeper 7 yards, gets it in, and the Rangers take the 14-7 lead. To the 4th, tied 14-14. Rangers cough the ball up. Cue the Benny Hill music. You kids don't even know what that means with your Dan Fogelberg records. Nonetheless, Zeeland East ball. The Chicks would capitalize. Will Drank, Deneric, yeah, he throws it up to Kobe Miller. Kobe, he brings it down at the 5-yard line. Those two would hook up later on the drive, 21-14 Chicks. Here's the ensuing kickoff, and if we show you a kickoff, you know what that means. Or maybe you don't. Psych out on this one. Gerard Neidlinger makes the strip. East falls on it. They got the ball back. Jack Campheis is going to take advantage later on the drive, giving the Chicks an insurance touchdown. They go on to win 28-14 to win on senior night. They are now 5-3 on the year, Jacob.
Matt, I'll give you that one. I thought I knew what was happening on the kickoff. I did not. Tonight was a must-win game for Forest Hills Eastern if they wanted to make the postseason. They had a tall task ahead, too. They traveled across town to face off against West Catholic. The Falcons would lock up an outright conference title with a win on their home turf. Second play from scrimmage, second half, junior Drew Ferricks got guys bouncing off him, and he breaks it 65 yards to pay dirt. All of a sudden, this was a 3-point game. Look at that, finishing off the touchdown. 4 minutes of game time later. Falcons are going to answer right back. This is a Colin Abrams sweep to the outside. He's in for the touchdown. West Catholic up 31-21. So with that, we're going to go to the fourth. West Catholic with a chance to really put this game out of reach, and those Hawks just won't quit. Luke Rosenbrook jumps the route, takes it all the way into Falcon territory, but due to a block in the back, they would only get the ball around their own 40-yard line. Still 31-21. 3 minutes left in this game. Forest Hills Eastern looks to the air to move it, and what a play here. Christian Patterson bats the ball at the line of scrimmage, comes down with it. Ball game. Conference race over. West Catholic takes this one 31-21. And there's still plenty more action to come tonight. Oak Ridge, Ravenna, they squared off in a West Michigan Conference crossover. That one, huge playoff implications for the Bulldogs. And speaking of playoffs, Fruitport still has a shot at the postseason, but they need to win out. Fine if they could get first of those 2 wins tonight against Holland. And as we head to break, we're going to give another shout out to our food sponsor, Robinson Dental, for buying pizza for all of our in-studio guests.
Let's go Northview, let's go! Let's go Northview, let's go! Let's go Northview!
Thanks for sticking with us here on 13 On Your Sidelines. The action moves on. Ravenna took on Oak Ridge tonight in a game that could determine whether the Bulldogs make the playoffs. 13 On Your Side's Peter Elliott. He's back. He was at Citizens Field tonight, joining us once again in studio with those highlights tonight, Peter.
Hey, Jacob, Ravenna needs to win either tonight or next week at Montague to qualify for the postseason. Oak Ridge comes into this one likely a lock to make the playoffs. Pink skies, green grass, beautiful colors tonight in Ravenna. First Oak Ridge drive, direct snap to Jaden Daly, who finds a gap and his way into the end zone. 6-0 Eagles. Next Oak Ridge drive, same result. Jordan Guerrero McGrady bounds his way into the promised land for 6. Let's consult with the side judge. It is, in fact, a touchdown. With all the camo those fans are wearing, you could hardly see the visiting Oak Ridge student section traveling like a flock for this one. Second quarter, Oak Ridge driving, but Daly is bottled up by Ethan Deal. Tim Parker's team would keep hunting, though. Guerrero McGrady gets the rock, and he rolls into the end zone. 20-0 Oak Ridge with less than 5 minutes to play in the second quarter. Fourth down for the Bulldogs. Some trickery. Dylan May isn't punting. He's throwing. Jackson Wilburn gets tracked down, though, by Evan Vanderbosch. Turnover on downs. The Eagles led 20-0 at half, but Jacob, this is high school football. We know anything can happen, and believe it or not, Ravenna pulled off the miraculous comeback after we left, scoring 29 points in the second half to stun the Bulldogs. 29-26. That final score is real. Ravenna keeps its playoff hopes alive. A sideline stunner, Jacob.
Peter, 10 out of 10 on the highlights. You only get a 2 out of 10 on the camo pun, but we'll work on it. Fruitport and Holland squared off tonight in an OK Silver action. Our producer, Matt Guard, we brought him back. He was in the Tulip City for the showdown. Matt, what went down in this game?
Jacob, if Fruitport could win this one and next week at Hopkins, they could still make the playoffs. Holland, on the other hand, looking to end a 5-game skid on senior night. It's only the first play from scrimmage, but Alan Jackson don't care because it's 5 o'clock somewhere. He takes this run way down yonder on the Chattahoochee. That would put them in prime scoring position and would make it easy for Joshua Eppard. 7-0 Fruitport. Holland would respond though. Xavier Murphy, he's going to go deep on this next play. He's going to find Finn Galloway for a big gain and a first down to about the 15-yard line in Fruitport territory. Later on the drive, Murphy goes to the skies again, and this time he's going to find Tanner Kingery. Tanner shows some love for the camera guy. He knows he's going to be on 13 on your sidelines. They missed the PAT. It's 7-6. So to the second, Eppard takes the direct snap, just barely gets across the plane, but that's all he needed. Touchdown Fruitport. The Trojans pull away. They win 45-6. And Jacob, they keep their playoff hopes alive. We wrap up with some 8-man football from last night. North Point Christian faced Calvin Christian. First quarter, Jacob Brown is going to take the handoff. He gets it to the outside, gets 19 yards down to the 10. Daniel Bram would score later on a 1-yard QB keeper. 6-0 Mustangs. Ensuing Calvin possession. Jerry Bowser starts running like he's trying to get away with Princess Peach and conquer the Mushroom Kingdom. 18 yards and the Squires are in business. A few plays later, Grayson Cook pitches to Bryce Parm. He pounds the defender like a cutlet at the goal line. Gets a game-tying score, 6-6, but the Mustangs would answer. Bram connects with Brown once again. He makes the fingertip catch, gets 59 yards to put North Point back on top. Mustangs would go on to win this one 28-12. They improve to 4-4 on the year, Jacob.
So if you're keeping track at home, Matt hit us with a Kobe reference, Alan Jackson, and Mario Kart. All right, 13 on your sidelines.